Hello YouTube friends, and welcome to my channel today. Today's adventure will be a backroads scenic road trip starting in Jupiter and going out to Hutchinson Island. So come along and join me. We'll make a few stops along the way, explore some nature areas, and have a great adventure. Morning everyone, I'm out here at the Jupiter Lighthouse taking the sunrise tour. We're going to climb up to the lighthouse and get to tour where the lens is housed. It's quite interesting. The live oak that stands in front of the lighthouse is 175 years old, so this will be quite interesting.
South is Florida's a southern Confederacy state. The lighthouse keepers that were here, two of the assistant keepers are southern sympathizers that run off the head lighthouse keeper, and they shut the lighthouse down because they don't want it to light. They don't want ships to be back with that are bringing supplies over from the Bahamas from the Confederacy, because Union blockade ships are down there trying to sink those ships. I like
Here at the top of the lighthouse has been turning for 159 years. There's Jupiter Island on the other side of Indian River Lagoon, looking out towards the Atlantic Ocean at Jupiter Inlet. Here is Dubois Park.
Jupiter Lighthouse was designed by George Meade, later the federal commander at Gettysburg. First lit July 10, 1860, dark during the war between the states, and its mechanism hidden by Southern sympathizers. Relighted once again June 28, 1866. For a stroll along the water. A lot of times there's shells, so we'll keep an eye out for some beautiful shells. The sea's not too stormy today, although it's windy.
It's a beautiful little private cove along the Indian River Lagoon. People like to come out here and paddleboard and swim. It's really beautiful along here.
Here at Burning Rock Preserve on the Indian Indian River Lagoon side of the preserve, walking along the Lagoon boardwalk. Let's go take a look at what the river looks like. So the interpretive sign says the lagoon is 156 miles long, covering more than 40% of Florida's east coast. It's an estuary where fresh water from inland rivers combines with the salt water. So the average depth of the lagoon is around 4 feet. Some of the animals that are home to this area: the Florida manatee, eastern oyster, which attach themselves to the roots of the red mangroves, turtle grass, white sea urchin, and the southern stingray. And on occasion, one can see dolphins and sea turtles here as well.
It's a really short walk along the boardwalk to reach the Indian River Lagoon. It's really pretty. The water is really clear and a very beautiful turquoise color. It's a bit breezy today. Scrub restoration process going on in the preserve. Hi everyone, out here at Seabranch Preserve State Park, just going for a hike. It's got 6 miles of trails, which are multi-use trails for both biking and hiking. It's very quiet and peaceful. Well, I finished my hike out here at Seabranch Preserve. This is a special area because it's sand pine scrub. There's only about 1,500 miles of sand pine scrub left, and about 0.8 miles are here, located here in Seabranch. I had an enjoyable time. It's very beautiful, it's quiet and peaceful. There are flowers, there's saw palmetto, there's pine forest, which is very fragrant. Nice set of trails that are clearly marked. I had a great time exploring. Out here at Port Salerno, it's a really small fishing village, but this village is host to an international fishing tournament. It's also host to a wonderful little arts and crafts museum. So we're going to take a walk down along the boardwalk here and see what kind of shops they have. down by the water here in the Twin Rivers Park. It's a little community municipal park in Port Salerno. Sometimes when I'm out exploring, I find new places that I really just love, and it just captures me. It's a wonderful feeling to come out and just explore new places without knowing in advance what you're going to go see. Salerno, walking across the boardwalk to get a beautiful view of the St. Lucie River. And then I'm going to go for a short hike on some of the trails. It's really pretty out here. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what it looks like. Ooh, a butterfly.
This looks out towards where the inlet is, towards the Atlantic Ocean. So what are you hoping to catch?
Sheephead or bluefish. I ain't been in since last year, this first year. Just got down here.
So entrance to the park is free, parking is free, short walk to get to the water. It's just gorgeous here. The color of the water is the most beautiful turquoise. So I'm going to go for a little hike on some of the trails next. Quite breezy today.
The Twin Rivers Park. They've got a wonderful trail system here. Beautiful, dense maritime hammock. Lots of saw palmettos. Gumbo limbo trees. We have a gumbo limbo tree here on the side with the bark. The Native Americans would use the bark for medicinal purposes. So St. Lucie River has a north and south fork to it, and then the Indian River also flows into it, and then
Well, this is a lagoon.
Oh,
This
Indian
is a
River
lagoon,
Excuse
which
me.
we should say.
Beautiful. Indian.
This is all, as you walk around, everything's been donated by locals, even though all those, even the pictures of the paintings of the Indians.
Collection of old tins here in the feed store. This building dates back to 1901. It's got a huge collection of all kinds of things, very eclectic, but mainly things that have to do with Stuart, and it's all been donated by local people to preserve the local history. Look at the old mixer. Very old stove. These are the old irons they used to use. It's like a hot plate. There's the refrigerator, which in those days they would call an ice box. They'd have to place blocks of ice inside to keep food refrigerated. It's almost like an antique store, but nothing's really for sale. Look at the old quilts. Oh, I just love those. Got a little collection of quilts. Bow tie. That one there is called bow tie pattern. Collection of old hats. It's like stepping back in time. Quite nice. How can you go wrong? It's free. And it's all local history.
Here at Fort Pierce Inlet State Park, walking out to the beach. It's real dense sea grape and saw palmetto habitat here leading down to the beach. Beautiful white sand. Let's go explore. So my Florida Backroads adventure is coming to an end. I want to thank everyone for watching my video. Thank you so much, and until the next adventure,